Hello folks, welcome back to my channel. I am Hermione and I read comics. Alright, so I think it was yesterday because here's the thing is, I'm using my Kobo here to read like graphic novels and manga, and even though I had to cancel my Kobo Plus because the system um, had stopped recognizing that I had Kobo Plus. I still missed it, and weirdly enough, I was trying to find out how much a book would cost me to get on here, and it said that for 99 cents I could resubscribe back to Kobo Plus, and I decided to try it again, hopefully that it would actually work. And thankfully enough, it has so far worked. So I have just finished Kiss with a Cat. This is volume number 1. This manga is freaking hilarious. So I got this manga. So this was free to read on Kobo Plus. I got this manga because I absolutely love cats. I mean, I can't resist them. They're so adorable. So first, I'm gonna first of all say that I can't pronounce any of these characters' names. However, she has. Hold on a second. I am about ready to just turn this phone off because it just annoys me to no end. Okay, I even have a cat on my... I love cats. Oh, hey, this is just... Come on. Okay, there we go. There we go. The light kind of blinded it, but anyways, she absolutely loves cats. She thinks cats are adorable, they're cute. She's a fanatic about cats. And he has a condition where he turns into one. He turns into a cat. And the only way that he can turn back into a human is if he kisses a living thing. And literally, this has got to be the craziest manga I have ever read in my entire life. I literally am like, what the heck? Sorry. Oh man. So it's this whole thing. And there's 4 stories in here. Like Shopping with a Cat and something else. And basically this volume introduces us to this world in which this young man has this ability to turn into a cat. Now, if a living thing kisses him, he'll turn into a cat. For example, so in the last one, Shopping with the Cat, they're out on outing to get food, and not human food, but cat food and cat supplies and all this stuff. Because even though he looks human, he is in fact still a cat. So he likes the things that cats like cat food, good cat food and cat toys and all that stuff. So when he's a cat, he very much acts like a cat, except that he can actually talk to her even when he is in cat form. One of the things that he tells her is that when he's a cat, things like lightning and fireworks scare him. And so she kind of doesn't quite, understand what he means by that. Until a dog licks him and he turns into a cat, and the dog, of course, chases him, and there's this big storm, and it's lightning and thundering, and when she finally finds this poor creature, he is absolutely terrified. And that's when she realizes, yeah, this is an actual thing that he's affected by. This is a real thing. This is a very terrifying thing for him and everything. Anyways, I just loved this manga. This manga was so freaking cute, and because it has a cat in it, of course, I'm going to love it. I actually, because really weirdly enough, it kept on mentioning about Kobo Plus, and I went ahead and I tried to download the second volume of this manga, and sure enough, it went through. So I think that it might pop up from time to time, but as long as I still can access Kobo Plus, I should be fine. But this just kind of reminds me that even though I do have access now to Kobo Plus's extensive library, although people can say, oh, well, not as extensive as Amazon. Okay. As long as I can download these books, I'm fine. But what I'm actually going to do is put this in completed books, because I do intend to buy these volumes, not just volumes 1 and 2, but also like the other ones as well. So that's what I'm going to do. But I will say this, despite the hiccup that I had with this device, I really still love my Kobo, and I still love using it for that. Now, another one I'm reading is an actual comic. And it is, so I'm going to just, so we're just going to do that, and stick that to, there we go. So this is the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So that's what it looks like. This is actually the first issue. So I was actually surprised that Kobo did have comics. So the reason that I picked up this comic is because I did watch The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix years ago. And I kind of wanted to see how is it different from the show. So if you ever watched The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Netflix, you will know that this is a very dark version of the classic Archie character. And I will say that one of the huge things I really happen to like about my Kobo is I can double tap. Hold on a second. There we go. Come on. Oh, here it is. There it is. So there's clear differences in the comic book based than the show. So first of all, Ambrose's story is identical, where I believe in the show, he was convicted by the Witches' Council for removing this guy's hands. I don't know, he said kid's hands, his teenager's hands. And he returned the hands back, but the damage had already been done. And apparently, just like in the Archie character, like the world, they have like the nether realm, and this is, I'm guessing it's hell, I don't really know. They don't really explain, I have not yet seen any explanation of exactly what the nether realm is, but this is where he was going to be sent to, and then her aunts saved him. So in the first part of it, we have Edward Spellman. Now, Edward Spellman is, so in the TV show, the one with Melissa Joe Hart in it, Edward Spellman is Sabrina's father. Now, because this is the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, they did change a lot of the, Sabrina. Like, Sabrina, like, if you look at, like, the TV show, like, the cartoon from, like, I think, the 1970s or something, Sabrina's she's a very positive and all this type of stuff, and she has a boyfriend called Harvey Tinkle, which is also still her boyfriend in the comedy. But she's not dark. She's not, evil. She doesn't, there's no worshiping, the Dark Lord and all that type of stuff. But in the comic book, Edward Spellman goes and punishes his wife for trying to take Sabrina away from him. And what he does to her is he casts a spell that damages her brain. And so she's sent to this hospital for the unwell, to where she will not be a problem. But in the comedy, she's just sent away after she divorces Edward. And this is why, like, marriages between witches and magical people and mortals is frowned upon because of what can happen. Anyways, so I wanted to read this. So when I saw it was on Kobo Plus, I'm like, okay, great. I want to read this comic to see what exactly did Netflix change from the comic book. So in this one, Sabrina has a familiar by the name of Salem. And Salem, I don't really quite know what he did. Like, was he born a familiar, or was he a warlock that became one? So hopefully we'll find out. But the thing about it is that this is a world in which witches actually do in fact worship Satan. They worship the Dark Lord. So this is a very dark, twisted world. And I am enjoying this book because she's going through, and even though she happens to be, a witch and all that type of stuff, she's still going through the stuff that average, like, teenage girls go through. And Hilda and Zelda are also in this one as well. So, when I am done with this comic book or issue, I will do a review of it. Basically, but I will tell you, the color is really nice on this. I really like it. Some people say it's muted, like newspaper. I'm like, well, what do you expect? It's e-ink technology. It's color ink technology. Alright. Anyways, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye.